Okay, we're back to the undersecretary.
Right.
Stealing bags. So it's not a money issue because clearly this person has a well-paying job with
Right.
DC.
Those bags were just too good looking.
Oh, yeah.
It was
So-
entrapment.
Well, so now they're saying that they're of weak character, that their character is so weak that they see a glittery trinket and have to grab it. It's like the song Stairway to Heaven or something.
Right.
I just have to have all the glitters.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's weird. And it's kind of a false sort of feminine characteristic. You'll like this, and this is a true story too, but people always think I make up stuff.
Does
But
it involve Tim O'Malley?
no, it does. Well, it should.
Or Anna Schleck?
Well, we could. It could. It happened in New York. I got a P.O. box. Sorry I'm being so talky tonight.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I got a P.O. box there when I lived just for one summer on the Upper West Side, or as we called it, the Yupper West Side. Although we wanted it to be more yuppie, it was more kind of just scary and weird and creepy.
Right.
It was maybe a little too up there. So we rented P.O. box. And weirdly, I got a package that was not mine. I got home with it before I realized it. I had opened it, everything. And I'm sitting there with this package that's not mine.
Wow.
And it was a doctoral dissertation, of all things. Because we were close to Columbia University, so it wasn't really that out of the blue. But the weird thing was it was a dissertation on kleptomania, on stealing. So I read the entire thing, and it said that it came about, like the term or the whole term of it, in not that there hadn't been thieves before this, there'd been pickpockets hung in the square and all that forever, but the kleptomania thing came about with department stores. It was the first when department stores came about. So first you had your little traveling snake oil salesman in the U.S. This kind of happened in the U.S.
Catalog.
And then, right, you had the catalog, which you couldn't steal from, right?
Right.
It's just the
Difficult.
catalog. But then they suddenly opened up these fancy schmancy with caramels and chocolates and dresses and just like these fantasy, it was probably like the Disneyland of the mid 1800s or something. Don't you think? I mean,
Probably was.
it was probably as fun as Coney Island. Have you gone into some of those grand old stores like in Chicago and stuff, right? Where it's
Oh,
just
yeah, those are
like they're
cool.
over the top, they're really cool.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of treats and yummy things and incredible like tree houses and toys. There was some little doggies that look cold right there.
Right.
Oh, so
I
sad.
think they ought to round them all up and charge their owners with cruelty to animals.
I
And
think
put
so,
them
too.
in adjoining cages at the pound.
Yeah.
No, you're being too cruel. Because they've got love.
Those
No, they
poor
do good in
things.
the
Those
pound. There
little
ought to be a
dogs.
human pound.
No.
Yes.
You sound mean like Anna Schleck. You're going to be mean to people
No,
that
Anna
are cold.
Schleck doesn't even want
This
them
is
in a
horrible.
pound.
No, these people are freezing and the state is getting money for it. There's so many agencies they can't even see straight.
No, they
Getting
can't.
so much money. And
you know
all of
what?
the
They
directors of them, they all seem to have the name Lauren. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
And
to
you know
interrupt
what?
you.
With the state doing that, I mean, it's like they want to take everything away from the poor people that you
Not
know.
even give them a little place at the pound.
Right.
Nope, they don't want to even give them that.
Nope.
It's the dispossessed.
Right.
It's that Stalinist dispossessed where you didn't even arrest people, right?
Right.
They just didn't exist. Millions died under Stalin like that, right?
Yeah,
And there
they
wasn't
did.
even paperwork, but you didn't hire them. And I feel like I'm going through that with this whole where they hired that criminal guy at BHR and it was in the paper.
Right.
A known criminal, he got a handwritten congratulations, you're hired letter while in jail in Oregon.
Isn't that crazy?
Comes up here and stole. He was a counselor for vulnerable people and just rifled through, they found at least 5,000 was stolen by him, and that was a job I had applied for. So yeah, it's that feeling of dispossession
Right.
where they're just going to throw you to the elements.
Oh, yeah.
And how many non-profs? There's over 1,000 non-profs in Olympia.
Yeah.
And
are?
yes, yeah, I've
What do
seen
they
it on
all
the
do?
internet. Most of them are just BS, and they get government tax money, and they say that they help the homeless and stuff.
But they're
A
not
good
really.
50% that they help the abused, that they help the vulnerable, that they help the mentally ill, that they all say they help some kind of group,
Really?
and they don't
And they
do
don't do
anything. They don't do anything. This mission here probably does the most, but this mission buses people up from LA, and they get a lot of money per head for busing people up. So this is always really crowded. And they really added to the homeless thing because they were bringing up people from Compton and LA and stuff for the last few years. And that was on Chironis. They get money for it. It's big business. You've heard of big oil? This is big poverty, honey. There's, yep. And, you know, I had a friend that was, I won't say her name, she was volunteering here. And no, she's not a kleptomaniac. We'll get back to that story, right? But she was freaked out because she said there were some real freaky, like, vampire types there. And it didn't hit her for like years. Like for years she was just like really naive. It's sort of like what I was saying earlier about how we learn everything we learned in school is fake, but like everything in these horror movies is true.
Right.
I keep thinking of the early 80s with like Night Stalker, which was not the guy in LA, it was a series called that. And you know, where you think that like it starts out with, oh, you're gonna go to college, you know, and then the college turns out horrible, or oh, you're going to the hospital, and the hospital is like all these weirdos, or oh, you're just going to church, right? It's like this all psychos at the end, and you know, just like anything, you know, oh, you're gonna be in a play, you know, oh, you know, the director's a psycho, just everything. So the kleptomania thing, yes, it started, and it was, I guess, mainly women that were getting caught doing it, and a lot of them, in fact many of them, were rich women, because who else has the time or lives by those department stores, right? Back then, who had what would the word be now, access or something? Who would have access? So it was all these rich women. And I kind of found that in high school. I found out that like it was these rich girls had incredible wardrobes, but most of them, even though they were rich, were stealing like half the wardrobe too. It was weird. So the book was saying that these women were kind of like, they weren't really treated like criminals, that there was something about that women, especially wealthy women, are weak-minded, and they just can't help it from the temptation, right? And it's been kind of like a funny running joke with the gay community. I knew someone who worked with Divine, who was with John Waters and all that back in the day. Her name was Franny, and she was a little New York friend, and Divine said, you know, I want to stay at the nicest hotel in town. And so John Waters said, okay, you can stay at the nicest hotel in town, but you're going to have to leave fast, you know? So everyone else was staying at these kind of crappy motels where they were filming. But Divine did stay in like a fine suite. And then got up at 4 a.m. And just took off without paying the bill, and would put stakes between her legs, because her leg, So there's something weird about it, that it's this women are weak, and this kind of maybe gay thing of gays, and whenever I hear about like klepto, like cult, like. I mean, like trans culture, they're always like, trans culture is all about going to the club, right? It's all about, and you get up that morning and you go out and you buy a pair of cheap heels and you go steal an expensive dress, and then
Right.
you go get your bennies, and you go get your, your whatever,
Yes.
all the stuff you stored or whatever,
Mhm.
and that's, and that's our culture, right?
Right.
So it's kind of funny. So that was the kleptomania thing, was the weak-mindedness of the female.
I read a book about blackout looting once.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now that's a really interesting one, isn't
that would
it?
be interesting.
Whoa,
yes.
to be part of that. Oh, whoa.
And they said there were different stages. There were like stages where like there were professionals stealing stuff for resale.
Uh-huh.
And there was a stage where there were people stealing stuff they could actually use. And then they said there was a stage 3, which they referred to as a mass redefinition of property values.
Oh, wow.
I
People
like
would
that,
walk
Arthur.
by and see people looting and just going in. They were
Wow.
like stealing stuff they had absolutely no use for.
The magnet effect, huh? Wow, it's just like this kind of high.
Well, it's like the whole Christmas shopping thing in reverse.
Yeah,
if
like
everyone
St.
went to
Vitus
the store
dance.
and started looting, then you would too.
It's like safety in numbers or something. Wow, that's hilarious. So this owner just said, screw it, huh?
I'm not sure what happened.
Or like, I mean, it's just like, this was like where everybody from downtown was like
I
getting
thought it was
everything.
like
It was the Mecca. It was the holy center. I had to go there for cat food now and then. It was like a wild scene at 3 a.m. Like, it was roaring.
a couple times and then the whole like circus.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. So, Arturo, congratulations on your being in the newspaper. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, didn't they sound like they were in trouble?
They did, and like you said, you make your money off of what your business is, human stupidity. Talk about big business.
Yeah.
And you said there's no shortage.
Nope.
No.
There's no shortage at the moment. Where's the house I like?
That's great.
Yes. You've got employment security.
Yeah, for sure.
Boy, do you ever.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, no, there's a houseboat all lit up. That's so sweet. That is so dear. Sorry, everyone. This street has tons of people on it, like even now. But there's like some cool stuff out there, but I just can't really. I'm sorry, I cannot slow down.
Nope. You
Can
can't,
I-
but I was just showing,
There's that tree on the hill.
Mm-hmm. And this is so cool right here,
We got a little bit of fun going on
too.
here.
Yes. Oh, that's a nice
That is really quite lovely. We are very fortunate to have all of everything here. We miss everybody though. I'm sorry I'm not doing enough stuff lately.
place. Oh, that's okay.
I'm really sorry. Is this the street? This is where we turn. This is us.